Okay, I'm good. Okay. This is weird doing this in front of family, but have you ever wondered what it's like to have to dress in multiple layers or bundle up every day that you walk outside during the winter months? Or put yourself into the mind of someone who lives in the northern United States, or for matter of fact, anywhere around the world where there's harsh winters. Living in Florida, we have the luxury of it not getting too cold during the winters, therefore we don't have to wear multiple layers. Today I'll be informing you how to dress warm during the winter. For the majority of my life, I lived in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is about 90 miles south of Lake Michigan, and during the winter, it gets well below freezing. Everyone has walked outside at least one time in their lifetime and thought, man, I really do need an extra layer. It's pretty chilly. The following information can inform you on how to dress during these days. Depending on how cold it is or how it feels to you is going to determine what top you wear. According to the Washington Post, in the 45 to 65 degree range is when most people wear fleece jackets, light jackets, or windbreakers. The first thing we have is a fleece jacket. Fleece jackets usually do not come with the hooded option. They're made out of a wool material, similarly to the windbreaker, which is also usually does not have a hooded option, but it's made out of a different material. Windbreakers are great for breaking wind. Fleece jackets are just great when it's a standing cold. If it's colder than the 45 to 65 degree range, which is considered chilly, if it's colder than that, if it's a little bit below that, you can go for a bigger option like a winter coat. Winter coats are heavier. They're more insulated. They usually come with also an insulated hood, great for keeping you warm during when it's colder, when it's below freezing. Then there's other options such as a hoodie, which I currently have on, or sweaters. These two options are great for when it's a little bit colder than chilly, but it's not really cold enough to wear a bigger winter coat. Sweaters are usually accompanied by other winter accessories such as a beanie, winter hat, any type of winter hat, earmuffs. Yeah. With the right top picked, one must also choose pants that can also aid them in keeping them warm. According to Lands' End, which is a company that makes pants and other clothing specifically for people who have to work in harsh winter conditions during outside, they said that wool pants are the most efficient in keeping the lower half of the body warm. Wool pants are a more casual pant. They keep you extremely warm. Not recommended to wear during when it's chilly. This is usually when it's extremely cold and it's a little bit more windy. The alternative to this is a jogging pant or aka sweatpants. I have them on right now. This is a less casual alternative to wool pants. Sweatpants are great for whether it's chilly, whether it's cold. You can kind of wear them whenever it feels a little bit colder than usual. Then the third option for pants are jeans. Jeans are also great for any time of the year, but you can also wear them when it's cold. Jeans are not recommended to be worn when it's a little bit colder than chilly, just because that denim it's not as well as keeping you warm as a material such as wool or the material that sweatpants are made out of. During the winter months, there's also very many accessories that you can wear that can aid you in keeping you warm. According to PubMed.gov, majority of frostbite cases in the United States occur in the hands, feet, and ears. And the reason for this is the lack of blood flow in said areas. Gloves, mittens, winter socks, and earmuffs are very essential when you're in a below freezing environment, especially if you know that you're going to be outside for an extended period of time. As you can see, winter socks, they're just regular socks. They just have an extra little bit of wool on them to reflect more body heat, keep your feet warm. The same thing goes for earmuffs and for gloves. Another accessory are winter hats. Winter hats, they come in styles like beanies, um, skull caps, Eskimo hats. There's many different types of winter hats, usually worn when the hoods aren't doing enough to keep your head warm, or if you don't have a hooded option. If you're wearing something like a pullover or something like a fleece or something like a sweater, usually it's a great option to accompany that with the winter hat. The final accessories are your shoes. Like shoes made of heavier materials are usually recommended to wear during the winter. You want to shy away from something like a running shoe, just anything with the lighter material, just because during the winter there's going to be a lot of more cold air moving around. You don't want your feet to jeopardize getting cold. It can be very dangerous. Frostbite is a real thing. And also there's a lot of frozen precipitation. Heavier shoes, they have more grip because they got a heavier base. You have a less chance of slipping and potentially hurting yourself. Layers, layers, layers. That's the key to dressing for the warmth, right? Well, this is correct. Dressing for the warmth is a simple process. Knowing the appropriate wardrobe for the appropriate temperature is key. For when it gets colder, the heavier and more layers that you need. It's always better to be safe than sorry. The last thing that you want is for you to potentially hurt yourself from not wearing enough layers or potentially overheating yourself from wearing too many.